Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Earl, and my presentation is on Alonzo Herndon. So, Alonzo Herndon was born on June 26, 1858, in Social Circle, Georgia. He was the son of his white master, Frank Herndon, and his mother, who was a slave, Sophie Herndon. At a very young age, he worked as a laborer and a peddler, helping his family to survive out a living in the harsh rural areas. The Herndon family then engaged into sharecropping, and sharecropping is basically when the crops that you grow, you pay, that's your method of paying for rent. And this system kept them only a short step away from slavery for many years. Herndon worked on his father's plantation and was then freed by the 13th Amendment. He spent his meager time peddling peanuts, homemade molasses, and axle grease to earn money to support his family. He spent about 5 years in Jonesboro, where he developed a thriving business and a good reputation as a barber, before migrating to several other locations and then eventually settling in Atlanta. Um, with Alonzo spending his spare time peddling peanuts, homemade molasses, and the axle grease, it showed that he had an entrepreneurial spirit. He put aside a small portion as savings, which he earmarked for the purpose of leaving Social Circle as soon as he possibly could to improve his economic and social conditions. In 1878, Herndon left Social Circle on foot with $11 of savings and about a year of schooling. He initially lived in the community of Senoia, where he worked as a farmhand and began learning the barbering trade. So, his barbering business. Herndon migrated out of Jonesboro, where he spent about 5 years, and he opened his first barbershop. In 1883, he secured employment as a barber in a shop on Marietta Street. And by 1904, the business had expanded such that Herndon was owning 3 shops in Atlanta. His shops at 66 Peachtree Street, which is now Crystal Palace, was advertised as the largest and best barbershops in the region. Alright, so his real estate business. As Herndon's earnings grew, he invested in real estate in Atlanta and Florida. He eventually acquired more than 100 houses, a large block of commercial property on Auburn Avenue, and a large estate in Tavers, Florida. In 1927 is when he died, and his real estate was assessed to nearly 325,000. His insurance business. In 1905, he purchased a failing mutual aid association, which he incorporated as the Atlanta Mutual Insurance Association. With Herndon playing a pivotal role as a president and chief stockholder, the small association expanded its assets from 5,000 in 1905 to more than 400,000 by 1922. In 1922, the company was reorganized as the Atlanta Life Insurance Company. The firm grew rapidly in the 20s, expanding its operations into half a dozen new states, including Florida, Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, Tennessee, and Texas. Now, his impact on the community. Herndon also sought to save other failing black enterprises. Whenever possible, he reinsured the policyholder and merged the faltering businesses into Atlanta Life to conserve confidence in black businesses and save jobs for black men and women. The African American community looked at him for leadership in many areas. Also known for his involvement in support of local institutions and charities devoted to advancing African American businesses and community life. Now, his family and legacy. In 1893, he married Adrienne Elizabeth McNeil, a professor at Atlanta University, also known as Clark Atlanta University. They had one child named Norris B. Herndon, who succeeded Alonzo as chief executive of Atlanta Life Insurance Company. Herndon died in Atlanta on June 21st, 1927, a few weeks after his 69th birthday. Norris B. Herndon became notable in his own rights, expanding the insurance company into a multi-million-dollar empire. And this is my works cited page. That's it. Thank you.